5.
Casually. The word casually is an adverb that describes the manner in which something is done or the way someone behaves. It suggests a relaxed, nonchalant, or informal approach. When used in various contexts, casually can convey different meanings. Here are a few examples to illustrate its usage. 1. Dressing casually. She decided to dress casually for the party, wearing jeans and a t-shirt. He showed up to the job interview dressed casually in shorts and sandals. In these examples, casually indicates a relaxed or informal style of dressing, which may be suitable for informal gatherings or social events, but not for formal occasions like job interviews. 2. Speaking casually. During the meeting, they were casually discussing their weekend plans. She casually mentioned that she would be taking a vacation next month. Here, casually suggests a relaxed or informal conversation that is not serious or formal in nature. It implies a conversational tone that is not overly structured or planned. 3. Doing something casually. He casually strolled into the room, not in a hurry or with any particular purpose. She casually mentioned that she had been to Europe several times. In these instances, casually indicates a relaxed or nonchalant manner of doing something. It suggests an absence of urgency or intent, as if the action is done without much thought or effort. 4. Mentioning casually. He casually dropped into the conversation that he had won an award. She casually remarked that she had met a famous celebrity. Here, casually implies a nonchalant or offhand manner of mentioning something noteworthy or significant. It suggests that the speaker is not trying to draw attention to the information but rather just mentioning it in passing. Overall, casually describes an informal, relaxed, or nonchalant approach to various aspects of life, such as dressing, speaking, doing something, or mentioning something. It conveys a sense of ease and informality in these contexts.
4.
Learner. The term learner refers to an individual who is in the process of acquiring knowledge or skills in a particular subject or field. In the context of the English language, a learner is someone who is studying and working to improve their understanding and proficiency in English. Learners of English can be categorized into different levels based on their language abilities. Here are a few examples. 1. Beginner learner. A beginner learner has little or no prior knowledge of the English language. They may be learning basic vocabulary, simple sentence structures, and common phrases. For example, a beginner learner might say, "Hello, my name is John," or "I like to eat pizza." 2. Intermediate learner. An intermediate learner has a basic understanding of English and can communicate in familiar situations. They are working on expanding their vocabulary, improving grammar, and using more complex sentence structures. For instance, an intermediate learner might say, "I enjoy reading books in English," or "I went to the movies last night." 3. Advanced learner. An advanced learner has a strong command of the English language and can communicate fluently in various settings. They have a wide vocabulary, understand complex grammar rules, and can express themselves effectively. For example, an advanced learner might say, "I have been studying English for many years," or "I am confident in my ability to speak English fluently." It's important to note that being a learner is not limited to beginners. Even individuals who have a high level of proficiency in English continue to learn and improve their language skills. The learning process is ongoing, and learners are constantly expanding their knowledge and refining their language abilities.
3.
Allegorical. The term allegorical is used to describe something that conveys a deeper or hidden meaning, typically through the use of symbols or metaphors. In an allegory, the characters, events, and objects represent abstract ideas, moral principles, or historical events. The purpose of an allegory is to communicate a message or teach a lesson indirectly. Here are a few examples of allegorical works. 1. Animal Farm, by George Orwell. This novel uses animals on a farm to represent different political ideologies and historical events. The pigs, for instance, symbolize the leaders of the Russian Revolution, while the other animals represent different classes in society. Through this allegory, Orwell critiques the corruption of power and the dangers of totalitarianism. 2. The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, by C.S. Lewis. In this children's book, a magical world called Narnia is used as an allegory for Christianity. Aslan, the lion, represents Jesus Christ, while the White Witch symbolizes evil and temptation. The story explores themes of sacrifice, redemption, and the battle between good and evil. 3. The Lord of the Flies, by William Golding. This novel uses a group of boys stranded on an uninhabited island to explore the dark side of human nature and the breakdown of civilization. The characters and their actions symbolize different aspects of society and the inherent evil that can emerge in the absence of rules and authority. 4. Pilgrim's Progress, by John Bunyan. This religious allegory tells the story of a man named Christian who embarks on a journey to reach the celestial city, representing heaven. Along the way, Christian encounters various obstacles and temptations that symbolize the challenges faced in the pursuit of faith. In each of these examples, the authors use symbolism and metaphor to convey deeper meanings and explore complex ideas. Allegories can be found in literature, art, and even in everyday language, providing a rich and nuanced way of communicating important messages.
2.
Encroach. The word encroach is a verb that means to gradually intrude or advance upon someone's territory, rights, or personal space. It implies an act of trespassing or exceeding boundaries. It can also refer to something gradually taking over or occupying an area that it shouldn't. Here are a few examples to help illustrate the meaning of encroach. 1. Land development. As cities expand, they often encroach upon nearby rural areas. For example, a housing development might encroach upon farmland, gradually taking over the agricultural space. 2. Personal space. Imagine you are sitting alone on a park bench, and someone sits right next to you, even though there are plenty of other empty benches around. This person is encroaching on your personal space by invading your comfort zone. 3. Wildlife habitats. Human activities can encroach upon the natural habitats of wildlife. For instance, deforestation for agriculture or urbanization can encroach upon the habitats of various animal species, threatening their survival. 4. Time management. When one task starts to take up more and more of your time, it can encroach on your ability to complete other tasks. For example, if you spend too much time watching TV, it may encroach on your study time or work responsibilities. 5. Legal rights. If a neighbor builds a fence that extends beyond their property line and onto your land, they are encroaching on your property rights. Similarly, if someone uses your copyrighted material without permission, they are encroaching on your intellectual property rights. In all these examples, encroach is used to describe a gradual and unwanted intrusion or infringement upon something or someone's boundaries, whether physical, personal, or legal.
1.
Belongings. The word belongings refers to the personal possessions or items that someone owns or has in their possession. These can be things that are important or valuable to someone, and they are typically associated with a sense of ownership or belonging. Here are some examples of how belongings can be used in sentences. 1. I packed all my belongings into a suitcase before moving to a new city. In this sentence, belongings refers to the personal items or possessions that someone has, such as clothes, books, or electronics. 2. She accidentally left her belongings on the bus and had to go back to retrieve them. Here, belongings refers to the things that someone possesses, such as a bag, wallet, or phone, that they accidentally forgot or misplaced. 3. The hotel provides lockers for guests to store their valuable belongings. In this example, belongings refers to the personal items or possessions that guests might want to keep safe and secure, like jewelry, passports, or expensive electronics. 4. He organized his belongings neatly on the shelves, making it easy to find what he needed. Here, belongings refers to the various items or possessions that someone owns and takes care of, like books, CDs, or collectibles. Overall, belongings is a term that encompasses the personal possessions or items that someone considers as their own and holds a sense of ownership or attachment to.
Did you like the video? If yes, give us a thumbs up. This will help the channel as well as others to find it. We add multiple videos daily. Subscribe so you won't miss any.